What's up, guys? It's your man here. I'm doing my question and answer video like I said I would. Today is the deadline to enter your questions. Sorry if you post a question after this. I'll probably answer it in like a comment or something like that, or I might do another video later on. So yeah. Quick shout out to Philaboy19, NJW 1383, and Pure for Kicks. These three sent in questions for me. Um, I like it. Next time I do this, I hope I get a little bit more people involved. Um, but yeah, let's start with NJW 1383. Um, what advice would you give to for someone setting up their first aquarium? This is a good, nice topic. Good question. My first advice is I would honestly do your research. Don't just rush into it. Do your research. Do it right. I mean, you can like skip by on some things, but do it right. Mainly do your research, and please do your research on live plants and how to keep them, because live plants save your tank so much. I love live plants. Um, but yeah, what I have for setting up their first aquarium, make sure you do your research. Make sure you get the proper stuff that you need, and try and go with live plants if you can. So yeah, that's my tip for people just now getting into the aquarium hobby. Um, how do you keep your plants looking so damn amazing? That's by NJW 1383. Um, I'll tell you, I don't really do much. Root tabs and iron once a month. Um, root tabs, I put root tabs in and do it like 3 months later. Iron, I put half a capful in each one of these tanks, and then a couple drops in the 5 every month. And it's just, I pick off the dead leaves when there's dead leaves. Um, I have good lights, good substrate. I keep it all fertilized, but I don't over fertilize. I don't even use CO2. But it's just, I don't know. I just, I like the way my plants do. And some plants I just can't keep, honestly. Some plants I just can't keep because they won't grow for me. Um, but yeah, so how do I keep my plants looking so damn amazing? Root tabs, iron, nice lights, and just doing maintenance on them, like trimming the dead leaves off, making sure they're planted in a good spot where they get sufficient enough lighting, all that good stuff. Yeah. Next question from NJW is, how long have you been keeping fish? Um, how long have I been keeping fish? I've been keeping fish for probably 2, 3 years. 2, 3 years, but I've just been keeping them. Like, I didn't really get into anything. Just keeping these fish. Um, I've had them for about, I've been keeping fish for about 3 years. Like, I had some goldfish when I was a kid, but that don't really matter. But about 3 years. Okay. Now on to Philly Boy, 19. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Um, First question that I'm going to answer is, how long have you been into the aquarium hobby? Okay, NJW asked how long I've been keeping fish, but how long I've actually been into the hobby, like been into it. Probably since February or March of this year. So it's not been very long, honestly. Um, so yeah, that's how long I've been actually into the hobby. Next question from Philaboy is, do you like discus? Um, I like discus as a fish to look at in other people's tanks. Personally, I wouldn't keep discus just because, I don't know, it's just not a fish that I would like to keep. Um, I like eels. I like looking at eels, but I just wouldn't keep an eel. Um, but discus, I like them. They're a nice fish and everything, but just not my style, pretty much. Um, yeah. Next question. Heavily planted tanks or tanks full of stones? Asked by Philaboy. Um, I don't have a preference on either one. Just make sure it suits what fish you're going to put in it. Like if you have a cichlid tank, obviously you're going to put rocks in it. That looks the best for me. And if you're going to have tetras, I like heavily planted. If you have betas, I like heavily planted. Maybe with some stones and artwork, stuff like that in it, like mine is. I don't really have a preference. Just make sure it's suiting the fish that you're putting in there, and make sure you make it look good. Because if as long as it looks good, I'll give you props. Um, yeah. Um, do I like your channel? Me personally, I like your channel. It's pretty nice. A lot of contest entries. I think it was yesterday or day before yesterday. But I like your Rams, man. I know everybody comments you on them, but I'm just gonna tell you again, your Rams are phenomenal. Um, yeah. Okay, last and final question, which is probably my biggest question because I got a big surprise for you guys. Is asked by Pure for Kicks. Are you ever going to have a cichlid tank? Um, you can see me grinning right now. I'll just show you. I'll just show you. Look at that bad boy right there. That is my new cichlid tank coming up. That is a 55 gallon. Might not be as big as like most people think, because it's 55, but that is my 55, man. I'm so happy to get this thing up and going. If you would have followed me on Instagram, you guys would have got a sneak peek either yesterday or day before yesterday. But yeah, this is my new 55. I'm planning on making it a cichlid tank. I'm in the process of it right now. Um, I have my sand, my play sand, and another kind of play sand underneath it. Gonna put play sand in there just because I couldn't find any non-silica pool sand, and I don't want to risk it with silica. Um, so I got play sand because it's cheap too. I didn't want to waste the money, and I need rocks, which I'm going to a landscaping place probably tomorrow or the day after that, and then the fish. And I'm gonna do my fish right. I'm probably gonna put some I'm gonna put some OBs in there, of course, because those are my favorite. I wanted to Masonite. I know they get mean, but I wanted to Masonite. I want a yellow lab or maybe two. Um, I'm gonna get like two OBs honestly. A Demasoni, two yellow labs maybe, and then I don't know. Give me suggestions on what other cichlids I could put in a 55 with those fish. Preferably they stay small. If they don't, then it's okay. But yeah, here's my 55. I'm gonna put play sand in tomorrow. I'm gonna wash it all up, make sure it looks good. And funny thing is, I got this tank almost for free. I traded it for a buddy of mine for a 20 long that has my snake in it, or had my snake in it. I moved him down to a 10 gallon since he's still a baby. A 20 long and an African cloud frog I had, which I never showed you guys, which I didn't. It's okay. He wasn't nothing special. But yeah, those two things, and I traded for a 55 plus the stand on the bottom. The stand on the bottom, the tank, the filter's mine, but the filter that came with it is on the 29. Filter, tops, and light, which I had to go buy a bulb because I didn't like the bulb that was in there. But yeah, that's what came with it, all for pretty much free. Um, yeah, guys, I'll be keeping you updated. I'm so psyched to have this thing, man. I'm happy. Um, so yeah, I'll probably be doing another question and answer video probably next month or something like that. I don't know, something like that. And also tips on keeping cichlids would be nice. Tips on keeping them, tips on what fish I should put in here that stay small or stay smaller, non-aggressive African cichlids, probably, hopefully a Mbuna, preferably, because I know peacocks, they get big. I know Obies are peacocks, but I love them just so much, I'm going to, get a couple. But yeah, guys, tell me what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. Um, I support back. Love the fish tank community. And adios.